I came to Utopia Wellness because I have cancer, and I went to Mayo Clinic for treatment. I had surgery for colon cancer with an ileostomy, and they tried to reverse that, reconnect the colon, and they did that. The cancer did returned. The surgical wound did not ever heal. So I had cancer surgery again in the same place. They removed 18 inches of the colon and the rectum and put in a colostomy. And then I was all right for a couple of years. But before I had that surgery for the removal and the colostomy, I had radiation and chemo to shrink the size of the tumor. It also shrunk me to about 78 pounds. And the surgery was a 7-hour surgery, so I was not feeling very well. It was a long recovery period after that. But I still was confident that I would recover. A couple years later, they said the colon cancer had spread to my left lung. And at that point, I started to just wonder whether they really were going to cure me, and really had some serious thoughts going through my mind. They did the surgery on my lung as they wanted to do, and when I got out, they recommended that I start maintenance chemo as soon as possible. I said I needed to rebuild my health because I really was not in good shape. I had adhesions from the 3 surgeries on my abdomen plus the radiation, and was not able to eat without pureeing my food. I had been in the hospital for a week because I couldn't eat, and so I wasn't in good shape. I went online to find what I could do to rebuild my health, and I found a book called How to Cure Almost Any Cancer at Home for under $5.15 a day. And I went on the diet prescribed in that book, and the book also talked about Utopia Wellness. And I also read about other clinics that do alternative treatments. And I think maybe that would have been my first choice, except that I would have to completely leave my environment and go to a new environment. And so I wanted to try the diet alone, on my own. And for 2 years I did very well on that diet. I walked a mile a day, and my health improved. The people at Mayo no longer were telling me I needed to go on maintenance chemo, but they kept telling me that the cancer would return and they would find little things to test for. And they found a little thing below my stomach and wanted to do a biopsy, which I refused because they would be going down through my esophagus and through my stomach to get to the mass. And then they said, well, they should do at least do surgery. They didn't have to do the biopsy, but that I needed to get it out of there. I didn't want another abdominal surgery with all the adhesions I already had. So I called Utopia Wellness and made an appointment to come down and talk with Dr. Garcia. And I met with him. I met with Roxanne, who showed me all through the place. And I was very impressed with all the different things they were doing for detox and for building a person's health. And I thought that I had better give it a try. So I came for what we hoped would be a 6-week treatment, and it went on for a little bit longer than that. And I came to realize that it's not a cure, that I'm not like a ham that will be cured, that it's a health building process. And so I'm part of the health building progress. Now, the big changes, the biggest change for me, which I really didn't expect, I just thought I would have to live with it for the rest of my life, was to be able to eat food without pureeing it. But whether it was due to Elizabeth's magnets, which I kind of think was the biggest factor, or just everything put together, there came a point when I no longer was getting any kind of pain due to trying to eat things that were too big of chunks. And now I eat salads every day. I don't puree anything unless I want to. I did puree cauliflower for Thanksgiving, so I could have that in place of mashed potatoes. I feel like I'm eating normally now. I feel much happier. I had a CT scan at one point when, probably because of detox, I had a severe stomach ache and was sick over the weekend, and the staff here recommended that I get a CT scan to be sure I didn't have problems with blockage, and the CT scan came back normal. It did not show that there was any mass below my stomach, and so that especially makes me happy. But I have no doubt anyway that if it were there, it wouldn't be there for long, because I'm building my health, I'm building my immune system, I'm building my positive outlook on life. I understand that health is not just taking medicine or getting an operation or having a procedure, that health is how you live, and it's your spirit, it's your physical being, it's your emotions, it's everything. I can't say enough good about the staff here, and if they watch this, it will probably go to their heads. But they're all very delightful people in their own ways, and I did not realize when I came here how important someone like Jake or Eric, who was the first one when I came here, as kind of counselors would be, but they could pinpoint things going on in my life that I thought were just totally behind me, and that helped me to deal with them and really put them behind me. And Elizabeth was absolutely fantastic in pinpointing things, and if you ever needed anything, so she and Shayla are right there, and of course Rox at the front desk was masterminding everything behind the scenes, and Mark is always a good morning, and when I couldn't find anybody else, I always knew where to find Mark, and he could take care of things. And if I left anybody out, well, Belinda's is the one that gave me the recipes, and if you come, you'll meet them all, only there may be a different one here and there, and be sure to watch Dr. Garcia's neckties, because he has a good assortment of them, and they can be quite amusing. To compare how I feel now compared with how I came in. When I came in, I had gotten to the point where I was afraid to do just about anything because I could not eat. And unless I would puree food and take it with me, I was afraid to eat anything. I was afraid it would give me cancer if it didn't need to be pureed, and it was extremely frustrating, and I found that fear spread to other aspects of my life until I just was afraid of everything, and I've never been the kind of person to be afraid of things. It has all turned around here, and I'm going home feeling like I can start doing the things I stopped doing several years ago when this fear started to build up. And I cannot thank Utopia Wellness enough or recommend them highly enough.